Hey, what's going on, guys? It's that blue Abarth here, and welcome back to another video in a new location. And that's right, guys, we've got a new spot to record the videos in, and it's going to be so much better, I've got to say, because honestly, there's literally nothing around here, which is perfect for the video itself, as that means less background noise and less distractions. I mean, one car just went past then, but that's the first car I've seen in about 10 to 15 minutes, which is just awesome. And overall, this place is really nice. I mean, it's nothing special, but we've got a few fields in the background, some factories. It's not too bad. The main thing though is that it's a lot quieter than Beechwood, because cars, vans and trucks would make U-turns up and down the road they would go. It'd be very distracting, but it's going to be a lot better here, that's for sure. And we've got some nice people that go past. I mean, I've had a couple people go past on bikes, and one of them even said, "Nice car," which is sick. I mean, another two went past as well, and they said, "Are you recording a YouTube video?" And I went, "Yeah." So nice friendly people around here too, which is sick. And we're almost at 300 subscribers, which is also really sick. If we can get there by the end of the year, that would be just so awesome. If not, then I cannot wait to hit that figure, because it's so close. We're at 270, I believe, so only 30 to go. Not that many. Let's see if we can hit it. But with all that out the way, how about we get started with the actual video itself? And that is waxing your car. Now, this is another video to go into the cleaning series, which I did quite a while ago, but kind of stopped because a lot of other things did appear instead, like the car reviews and a couple other things for the car itself. So it kind of just left, I kind of just left it in the background. But we're here today to do another video to put in that series, and it's going to be one of the most advanced ones yet, because it's all about waxing your car. Now, to enthusiasts and detailers, waxing is just a common thing for them. I mean, I do it quite a lot, and for them, they've been doing it for absolute years to so many cars. But if you're just a normal person who wants a nice clean car, but you want to kind of raise that bar a bit, waxing is the thing for you. And today, I'm going to take you through the whole process of waxing your car. So don't worry, if you don't know how to do it, then this is the video to watch. And just like I said, really nice people. I mean, that van over there beat and stuck his, he put his thumb up. Awesome. This spot is just so cool. But yeah, so waxing, that's the main thing you want to learn, because it's the most beneficial thing for your paintwork. Now, what are the actual benefits to waxing your car? Well, first of all, it creates a lovely shine. But the most important thing is that it puts layers on the paintwork, layers of protection. Now, this protection will definitely be a lot better than when the paintwork was just, stock, just normal, because these layers will protect it from the elements so much better. And the more layers you apply, the better it will resist the dirt, the snow, the grime, the water. It's just going to be a lot better. And washing the car will be 10 times easier because of beading. The paintwork will also be a lot more resistant to water, and it will trickle off the car. Now, a lot of videos you've probably seen my paintwork have water on it, and it just sticks to the car really nicely. And that's because I've waxed it so many times. So many times to the point where the water doesn't even trickle down the car. It just stays on there, and you can wipe it off and it just disappears. No streaks, no nothing. And if you want that exact same effect, then like I said, waxing is the thing for you. Now, we're going to get started, but first I'm going to show you what you're actually going to need to get the process done. So how about we move to the boot and show you what products you're going to need. Right then, so what do you need to get the job done? Well, starting off with the main important thing, and that's the wax itself. Now, this is T-Cut Colourfast, and sadly, I'm not being sponsored by T-Cut today, but hey, maybe if you could give me a little brand deal, bit of sponsorship, that would be pretty awesome. But even if I'm not having a sponsor from T-Cut today, I'd still definitely recommend using this, because it's just so awesome. I mean, not only are you getting a lovely shine on the car, but you're also getting rid of scratches. So it's a win-win situation. I mean, this stuff is just fantastic. I mean, shiny paintwork and no scratches? Boosh, here's my card, take my money, get this on my car. Because honestly, why would you not want that? I mean, it's getting rid of all those imperfections and making the paintwork better. So I would definitely recommend using this stuff for sure. And even if you don't have a dark blue car, Tikka also provide a wax for all different colours. And even if you don't have that exact colour in the range, say a dark brown or a really light green, then they make one that can actually be used on any paintwork. So even if you do have a funky colour, you can still wax your car and get the same awesome result. So definitely the one to go for. And I definitely recommend it over the other brands like Meguiar's and Autoglim, because they're pretty pricey. And this is literally under £10. I think it's about £5 or £6. So that's pretty good. And it lasts ages as well. So definitely get yourself one of these. Next up is Demon Shine. And this is the polish. Now the polish comes after the wax. And this is just to add to those awesome results that you get from waxing the car. And all you have to do, spray it on, wipe it off, and look at the shine. Now, you can use this on its own, so even if you've done one wax and then just leave it alone and then do this a couple days after, the results are still going to be awesome. Though it is recommended to do the waxing first and then the polishing straight after, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. You can do the wax first, leave it a couple of days and then polish it, still all good. And out of all of them, again, I would recommend using Demon Shine because it's just really effective and so easy to use, and it's cheap. So you can pick up a few bottles of this for like under £15. I mean, I think 3 bottles of this might be about £8, maybe 10, who knows? But still, really good deal either way. And look how much you get. It just lasts for ages. So that's really, really good too. And of course, we have this, which is Autoglim Magma. Now this isn't necessary to the waxing job, but there's one stage that you have to do before you actually go ahead and wax the car, and this is checking the paintwork. Now, if you've just bought the car or had it for a while and not really cleaned it, then the paintwork might be a bit gritty. It might feel quite hard. So just run your hand over it. Does it feel soft? If not, then this is where it comes into play, because there are 2 things that you can do. You can either do a good bit of magma on the car, which gets rid of all the iron and little nasty bits within it, and when you spray it on the car, it'll actually fall down and turn red, and then you can wipe it off. Or you can do a clay bar, which is probably the one that everyone uses the most. And a clay bar I'll show you in another video in the future, but it pretty much gets rid of all those contaminants and leaves a nice blank canvas for you to work on. Because believe me, you don't want to wax and polish on a car that has contaminants, because it's just not worth it. There won't be much results, and even if you do get results, they won't be very good. So that's the main thing to do first. Now, how do you actually apply the wax? Well, use this. Now this is a polishing pad, and this one's really good because it has a handle, but usually they'll look like this, just a flat polishing pad. And pretty much these are what you use to actually apply the wax, and I'll show you how to actually use them in a second, but they're pretty much essential to actually get the job done. And depending on which style you kind of like, you can either have the handle or not. I just find the handle makes it a lot more neater to do and less messy, because you can get quite a lot of it on your hands. Believe me, there was more blue on my hands than there was the car at one point. So it's definitely great to have this because it just makes it a lot easier. Now, obviously, applying all this stuff to the car, we need something to wipe it off with. And this is where this comes in. Just a regular plain white t-shirt. Now you can use anything to wipe off the wax, but you want to make sure it's soft, there's nothing on it. Make sure there's no sharp objects. Make sure there's no dirt on it, because if you're wiping it, then scratches are going to go on the car and you'll go like, ugh, oh man. So just check your cloths are nice and soft and smooth, and then you can wipe it off no problem. I use it on an old t-shirt because it's just a lot easier. You can just get it off, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of blue on it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's been used quite a bit for waxing. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. Now, how about we actually get started with the process, because it can take a little bit of time, so I am going to speed up the footage, but let's get started. All right then, people, so you've got all your items and you're ready to start the job. But how do you actually get started? Well, you're going to need your first 2 items, and that is the wax itself and the pad to apply it. Now, what we're going to do here is open the lid. We're just going to put it down here, and now we apply the wax to the pad. Now make sure you don't put too much on, because you don't want to apply tons of wax to the car. Just gently tip the bottle, and that's good. That's all you need, a little dollop. So we're going to put it down here, and what you can do is grab the pad, sandwich it together, and once you've sandwiched it, now you can apply. So going in swirly motions here, we're going to spread it all across the bonnet, just like so. I'm going to try and avoid the stickers here, but just like that, we're applying the wax to the car. Now you want to try and make it last as long as possible, so just keep on going and going and going, covering all the area that you need to go for. Try to get every single spot that you can. Avoid the stickers again. If you're running out, no problem. Just put another little dollop on, and that should finish your first panel. So come in here again, we're gonna sandwich and apply. Swirly motions always, because it's the best way to apply it and get the most area covered. Go down here. Now it's always best to do one panel at a time, so then you know what you're doing, and it just makes the job a lot easier. And that is the first panel complete. The bonnet has now been waxed, and it's, oh, actually, I tell a lie. There we go. Now it's been fully waxed. And as you can see, we've got tons of swirly wax marks on the car. And that is the bonnet all completed. Now, you can pretty much choose which panels you want to go with. I start with the bonnet, work on the arches and then the front bumper. But for today, we're going to start, or actually going to move on to the front bumper, because we've got a little bit on there. I'm just going to move around. Now, if there are tricky spots, then you can just go straight across. I mean, and if there's some on the edge of your polishing or the pad, then just reach down, use the edge of it, and just swipe across. And then we'll just get some more of the bumper here. I'll move the camera down as well so you can see what I'm doing. Getting in all those grooves. Now, if you get it on the lights or anywhere that you don't want it on, that's fine. You can just rub it off. It's no problem. It's just wax at the end of the day, and it will come off. So, going all the way down here. Now, I probably won't have enough to complete the front bumper. Again, no problem. Small dollop on. And sandwich. And now we go to the other side. Getting the rest of the bumper here. Just like so. Getting in the lights as well. Lovely stuff. And just like that, the front bumper has been completed. Now, we're going to do the sides of the car, and that's going to take a little longer because we've got more panels. So I'm going to record, but I'm going to speed up the footage in the editing so it doesn't take as long. So, let's get started. Right, so the whole side of the car has been completed, and I've got to say, it's not actually that bad. If you have a small car, it doesn't take that much time at all. I mean, obviously it can be a long job, but having a small car really does help. And as you can see, we have so many swirlies on the side here, and all you've got to do is just double check before you move on to the next side. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do miss a little bit, because you can always come back to it, because there is a long waiting stage at the end. But I'll just double check here before I move on, and that's pretty much it. The only place I haven't done is the wing mirror, which now is completed. So it's time for the rear bumper. Let's get to it. Right then people, so the main hard part of the job has been completed. The wax has been applied, and now we just play the waiting game. We have to wait around 10 minutes for the wax to dry into the paintwork so it can actually do its proper job. One thing you've got to know is that you do not wipe the wax after applying it. You've got to wait some time for it to actually do its proper function, and then you can wipe it off. So recommended time is, like I said, around 10 minutes for it to properly dry into the paint, and then you can wipe it all off and look at the nice shiny results. And well, I suppose if you're wondering what to do in those 10 minutes, you could probably wash your hands, because now I've literally become that blue Abarth. Bruh. And yeah, it's quite a messy job, so you could probably wash your hands or entertain yourself with something like a Rubik's Cube. And yeah, I suppose just find something to kill some time and then come back to it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to muddle around with this already solved Rubik's Cube and figure out how I'm going to drive home with these hands. So I'll check back in once those 10 minutes have been up, and then we'll complete the actual process. Right then, so it's been 10 minutes, the wax is dried in, and I'm ready to wipe it off. All you need is just a nice fresh cloth. You may have seen during that little montage there that I used a cloth to wipe some dirt off the side skirt. But fear not, this isn't the same cloth that I used to do that. I wouldn't want to use that cloth because I might be risking putting scratches onto the car because of that dirt. So what I've done, I've luckily got another cloth with me because I did bring two. So I'm going to use the second one, the fresh one, to wipe it off instead. The one I did use to wipe off the dirt is in the car, and I'm not using that at all. Now then, because it's been 10 minutes, the wax has had enough time to dry in, meaning I can start to wipe it off. And all I've got to do is just get a nice fresh area, put it on the car, and start wiping. Now, you want to have a little bit of force while you're wiping it. Not too much, because you don't want to damage anything or go too hard at the paintwork, but you want to have enough force in order to get the wax off. And right now, it's doing pretty well. I'm going at it and I'm getting rid of every single speck of wax on the bonnet. And like so, it's just disappearing with ease, and I can already see some very nice results. So some parts are going to be a little bit hard to wipe off, but just add some force, like I said, and you'll be all good. And literally, there we go. There's the bonnet all done. So I'm going to get started on the front bumper as well. And here we go. Wiping all around, getting every single bit off the car. Using some force, but not too much, just so then I can get rid of it. Getting every single spot that I've done. Going across now. I'm going to use a new side of the cloth, just so it's fresh. You can use the same side for multiple panels, but it doesn't really matter. It'll all do the same job. So, almost done with the front bumper now. It's quite hard, I've got to say, but it does work wonders. So I'm just coming to the other side of the bumper now, and I'm almost done, finishing off every single side. And there we have it. So that's the whole front end finished. All of it has been wiped off. If you want, just double check all of the areas, make sure you've got it. I've also wiped off the Scorpion as well, and if you do get it on your stickers, don't worry, it can come off, so you don't have to worry. Now it's time to get onto the rest of the car. Right then, so it's montage time. Let's get onto the rest of the car. Now that we've finished the entire car, how about we take a look at some results? then everyone, the process is finished and the results are in. I absolutely love it. It just looks so good. I mean, during that little ending montage there, I imagine that you could see the shine was just amazing. I mean, each time that I do it, it just looks even better. And it is true. I mean, the more times you do it, the more shine is added and the more layers of protection you're putting on the paint as well. Because now that I've done it around 8 times, I want to say, it's just amazing to look at. The shine is crazy, and now there's 8 layers of protection. I'm ready for winter. Bring on December, bring on all the harsh elements that might get thrown at it, because the car is ready for it all. And it's going to be even easier to wash because the water will just trickle off, drop onto the floor, and it'll be just so much easier to dry. And you'll notice that as well. When you wax your car, it'll be even easier to dry after each time that you wax it, because the water will bead on the car and it will just be simple. And I love it. It makes washing the car just so much better. Not so much of a task, but something to enjoy, because then you get to see the aftermath and go like, oh, that is so good. I absolutely love it. And you'll find as well that when it rains, let's say you go out at 10 o'clock in the morning and it's rained all night, every car on the road will be dry, there'll be no water on it, but yours will have tons of water beading on it, and it will just look so phenomenal. It just looks like a piece of art. It looks so nice. And I must say, congrats viewer, you now have learned how to wax a car properly, and you'll have that skill for life. And it's very beneficial, especially for the cars that you'll own, because now you too can get that same exact result on your paintwork. And the more times that you do it, the more it'll be protected and the more shine you'll create as well. And that pretty much will conclude today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, this is the first time I've kind of done something like this, take you through a process. And like I said, I really hope you enjoyed it, because I like trying new things. And hey, you've now learned how to wax a car, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want more content like this, then you know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment and subscribe, as it's always appreciated. And well, if you want more cleaning series, drop a comment. I'll be happy to do it in the future. But yeah, I'll see you in the future, guys. Have a good one.